Good morning everyone. So, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I won't go into the details, but I'm back here with another video and there'll be plenty more to come. Obviously, I'm not too sure when, but I'll try and make a lot more than I've been doing lately. So with that being said, I don't want to bore you with all the details, and let's get right into the video and how you should prepare to actually make yourself ready for making a YouTube video, be comfortable on camera, and all of that. That is the point of this video that you're about to watch right now. All the secrets to make your first YouTube video. So, with that being said, the very first thing that you need to do is get ready with, have all the equipment ready. Now, I'm sure a lot of people watching this video will be thinking, if I need all this equipment, it's going to cost me a bunch of money, and there's no way that I can do a YouTube video like that. But that is not actually the case, because when you actually get, and by the way, if you think that it sounds like I've been running a marathon, that's because I've just been working out. So, you'll just have to bear with me. But back to the subject. What you need to do is actually have something that could be a phone, a computer. I'm filming on my webcam right now, and you also need something that you're going to, put your, edit your video with. It could be iMovie, which is what I use, or it could be something else, maybe, if you're, using something else. So it's not something that's going to be, crazy expensive. You don't have to buy, this crazy gear. I'm using the sunlight right now. Sometimes I use lights if it's dark out there, but when you're first getting started, if you don't have light, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is actually, get something where the sun is shining through. Maybe do this on weekends if you don't have time during the week, which I totally understand. And if you never have time, maybe that's because it's not one of your priorities. So that's the number one thing. The second thing is that you need to get ready to actually film yourself on camera, and that's, I feel that's the hardest thing with most people. So what you need to do in that case is actually give yourself a deadline and not allow you to do something else. So when you give yourself that deadline, think of something like when you first get your tripod, or tomorrow, or tomorrow at midday, because if you just say tomorrow, chances are you will just make it to, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, and then it's midday or it's midnight and you still haven't filmed your video, and you're going to say, screw it, I'll do it tomorrow, and then the next day you do this again. So maybe you've ordered something, and you say, well, when I first get that, I'll do it. Maybe it's your new iPhone, your new tripod, which is what I did. So quick backstory: when I first started, I had the same issue as everybody else, whether it's somebody that's huge on YouTube or somebody that has not started yet. Chances are at first you're not comfortable on camera. So what I did is I had already ordered a tripod, which is right here, that I don't even use anymore, but, or at least not for this. But I said, as soon as I get that, I will actually start my video. But the key thing is, I had already ordered it, so I was not going to get it in 2 months or anything like that. I was going to get it in the week that followed that. So I said, as soon as I order, or as soon as I receive it, I'm going to film my video, because chances are I'll receive it at 10 in the morning, and then I have all day to do it. So this is exactly what I did, and I had so much trouble actually getting in front of the camera and starting, and actually talking to people, because at first it's uncomfortable, just like I said many times. So, my very first video was the worst video that you could ever imagine. I'm not sure if if these videos are good or not. Let me know in the comments. But, or actually, let me know if what you want me to do, what videos you want to see of me. And chances are I'll do it because I like to see the comments. I'll actually respond to every comment that I see. But back to the subject again, because I keep getting lost. But the first video was actually terrible. There's no way that I could say it was any good. It was actually terrible. But I actually still put it on YouTube. I think it lasted like 3 or 4 seconds. I don't even know. Like, actually, maybe more than that, but like less than a minute. Let's put it that way. I believe it was like almost a minute long, but not quite, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I was extremely uncomfortable, and the very first, before I actually started to film it, I just, started to put myself in front of the camera, pressing the record button, and I wasn't saying anything. I just couldn't say a word at first, but I said, I kept my promise to myself, which is as soon as I get that tripod, I'm going to upload my first YouTube video. And that's what I did. So I just started again and again. I recorded it like 3 times before a single word came out of my mouth. But, the key thing is, you actually make a promise to yourself and keep it. Maybe you're not used to keeping promises to yourself, but maybe that's a great way to actually do it and start, making your first video. And once you made your first video, it gets really easy because you're going to do the second one and the third one and the fourth one, without really thinking about it. The real hard one is the first one. The second one, it gets quite a lot easier than the first one. And the third one, is kind of like you've been doing this for a while, even if they're not good, but at least talking in front of the camera is not going to be that big of a deal anymore. So these are a few key things. Something else that people get messed up with is, and that relates to what I just said, but it's trying to make it really perfect. Making things perfect is not a good idea. Because the very first video, as I said, most likely is going to be terrible. It was the case for my first video. It was probably the case for, 99% of the people on YouTube that, you follow along. I'm sure you're not only watching my videos, I would be flattered if you did, but I don't believe that's the case, obviously. So, most of the people that you watch on YouTube, these are people that were probably really uncomfortable at first, and now you're watching their videos, they're really comfortable and stuff like that. But, the first video was probably terrible, and they still uploaded it. And they watch back, and, they could tell it was terrible. Ask anybody that's good on YouTube, and I don't consider myself that good at all. But, anyone that you would follow along, watch their videos and they'll probably tell, they'll be like, yes, my first video was really bad. And they still uploaded it. If you try and make it too perfect, you'll never actually do it because you'll film your first video, but it'll never get uploaded to YouTube. And that's the worst thing that you can do because, you're putting more and more and more pressure on yourself before you actually upload your first video. So that's not a good idea at all. That's another thing that you have to do. So let's recap. First thing, get your equipment ready. Maybe do your research. Researching is extremely important because, maybe you don't know what to record yourself on. So maybe that's the first thing. How to record on Mac or on PC. If you're on Mac, QuickTime works great. If you're on PC, I have no idea, but I'm sure there are plenty of free ways to do it. Next, make sure you know how to edit your video because editing is, extremely important as well. So that's something else that you need to, do your research on. Again, I edit on iMovie. It's free on, on Mac. I'm not sure about PCs again, but I'm sure there's plenty of stuff out there. Well, actually, yes, there are plenty of ways to do that out there. The third one is actually don't put pressure on yourself. You know, just put yourself out there. Like, there's no way around it. Like, as soon as you receive whatever you want, or as soon as just fix a deadline, basically. Like, you know, tell yourself tomorrow at midday, I have time. That's when I'm filming it, and there's no way around that. And you know, don't do something else. Like, just actually, you know, take an hour to do your first video, because your first video probably won't last very long either way. So just an hour. An hour isn't too long. You can film yourself, edit yourself, and upload yourself as well. So that's the whatever, third or fourth or whatever. Next thing is to just not be perfect. Just film yourself, as bad as it might be. Just put it out there, because you know you'll actually progress, and you'll see your first video and you'll be like, yeah, that was really bad, but now I'm a lot better. But if you never upload your first video, you'll never know. So you don't know where YouTube is going to take you. You don't know, you know, what that will transfer to, because maybe YouTube won't be there forever. Maybe it will. You don't know. So, but at least talking in front of the camera isn't going to be that big of a deal. So I think that's all for today. You know, let me know if you want to see something else. You know, let me know what you want to see in my videos. Let me know what you want me to see, how this video went, all of that. I really appreciate all your comments, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and watch time is extremely important for that. So, you know, if you can do that for me, do me a favor. I'll respond to every single comment that I see. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.